All right, people. So I did a video on this one this past winter. It was a little bit long and very technical. We're going to try and shorten this thing up. And this is called the gross motor skill trigger squeeze. You don't do the same thing when you're bullseye shooting as you do when you're fast shooting, whether that's defensive shooting or shooting at targets fast or whatever application you want to apply that to. We just don't do the same things when I'm trying to print one group at 50 yards with a handgun versus when I'm at 21 feet trying to just get good enough accuracy, effective accuracy on a target. We just don't do the same things. So how we do that is it all works with how the human interfaces with the pistol. So the first thing we have to do is have a solid grip. And what does that mean? This pistol is unloaded for demonstration purposes. Grip the gun good enough so you don't drop it. This space here is filled in with this portion of the hand, so the meat of the hand goes right here, and the thumb goes up here. That's very important. We're going to get to this here in a second. We're going to squeeze the pistol until you start to quake a little bit, right? You should see a little bit of shake. I automatically start shaking no matter what I do, right? It's probably all the caffeine that I drink, but shake a little bit. You should see the front sight moving just a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit, right? And that will make your knuckles white, right? And that gives you a good solid base to work off of. Now, here's the important part. When we squeeze the trigger, when we jerk the trigger or punch the trigger or whatever it is that we're doing, that gun tends to move, right? And that's just a function of our finger on our right hand or our left hand pushing the gun as we pull the trigger. That's just anatomical. That's what's going to happen. So how do we do this without pushing the gun? Our bodies are really good at doing what's called isometric match. And what that means is if I take this hand and this hand and put them together, it's very easy for me to match the force between these two hands, right? It's what allows us to stand upright, make us not shift side to side and all that sort of stuff. Same thing is true when we're talking about a handgun. So we wrap all this up. The thumb counterbalances the force on the trigger. So you notice that gun doesn't move hardly at all. I mean, it still moves a little bit, but it's going to be still enough that when we pull the trigger or punch the trigger or jerk the trigger, that it's going to give us decent accuracy at a respectable distance with the handgun. So what we're going to go ahead and do is load up. I've got some Fiocchi 115 grain 9mm ammunition here. We're at 21 feet. And we're going to shoot on that steel right there. I'm going to show you what it looks like to shoot good enough, fast enough. So for this segment, what I'm going to be using is the SIG M11A1. And the reason we're going to do that is this thing has a hammer on it. So it's a hammer-fired gun. You guys will be able to see that I'm not slowly squeezing the trigger, that I'm actually punching the trigger each time I shoot, because I'm going to be decocking the firearm after each shot. So I have our Fiocchi 115s, 5 of them in there, decocked, ready to go. Let's go ahead and approach and take a look. Now, as I said, guys, this is not the prettiest group in the world, but at 21 feet, they're all on there. And for all intents and purposes, I display no trigger fit fundamentals on this whatsoever. And that is just a function of squeezing the crap out of the gun and using that counter pressure of my thumb on the gun to make sure that it doesn't move when I initiate the firing sequence. So hopefully this will help you guys out. Next time you guys go out to the range, try to work on both your trigger fundamentals for your slow, precise shooting and your gross motor skill trigger squeeze for your fast stuff. Thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel. If you guys found this video interesting and informative, please hit that like button down below. If you guys think that we earned your subscription here today, please hit that subscribe button, maybe share it around, and I bet you your friends will enjoy it too. Thanks for watching the VSO Gun Channel, and we'll see you guys on a future video. All right, people, we did a video on... I'm sorry.
All right, people.